Hi there. Changes this morning for Grow Old With You, and we'll play sort of simplified chords and see how this works out for us. So the chords are going to be C, D minor, E minor, F, and there's a G in there too, and also F minor and C7, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So starting out with a C, I'm shifting over to my other view now. That is third finger on the third fret of the A, second finger on the second fret of the D, and first finger on the first fret of the B string, which gives you your C. I want to make you smile. Then we're going to go to a D minor, so we can play the D open string. Second finger on the second fret of the G, third finger on the third fret of the B string, and first finger on the first fret of the E string. So I want to make you smile whenever you're sad. Now to an E minor, we can play that with the open E, second finger on the second fret of the A string, and third finger on the second fret of the D string. Carry you around when you're, and then the word arthritis, we're going to shift over to the F. Arthritis is bad. Now you can play that a couple of different ways. I like to do first finger on the first fret of both the B and the E string, second finger on the second fret of the G string, and third finger on the third fret of the D string. That's one way to do it. It's a perfectly good chord. That's your F chord right there. Arthritis is bad. Now back to a C. All I want to do, and now to a G, is grow old. On the word grow to a G, that is third finger on the third fret of your E string, second finger on the second fret of your A string, and pinky finger, I'm going to put the pinky finger to work here, on the third fret of the high E string or your one string. Now if you're not playing that one string, you don't have to worry about the pinky finger, so if that's troubling for you, just don't play the string. You got the notice there, we're playing the G actually in a couple of places, so it's just kind of overkill to play that. All I want to do is grow old. Back to an F again on old with you. And then the turnaround, what we call the turnaround, goes back to a G. So the whole phrase is, I want to make you smile whenever you're sad, carry you around when your arthritis is bad. All I want to do is grow old with you. Now I'll do the same thing saying the names of the changes. So C, D minor, E minor, F, C, G, F, C, G. I want to make you smile whenever you're sad, carry you around when your arthritis is bad. All I want to do is grow old with you. And it's the second verse, it repeats pretty much the same pattern as the first. I'm gonna get your medicine when your tummy aches, build you a fire if the furnace breaks. Oh, it could be so nice growing old with you. Now we'll make a little change and we're going to go to a C7. So you can hear that 7 makes a nice transition, right? So the 7 is just a C, that is third finger on the third fret of the A, second finger on the second fret of the D, and first finger on the first fret of the B string. But now we're going to take our pinky finger and put that on the third fret of the G string. So instead of a C, like so, now you have a C7. So you can hear how it sort of moves, that chord sort of moves to the next thing, right? And the next thing in this case is an F. I'll miss you. Playing an F the same way we did. And now an F minor is even easier if that's a thing that you're interested in. So what we're going to do is, instead of first finger covering only the first fret on the B and the E strings, we're going to slide that son of a gun down and cover the first fret of the G string as well. Picking up your second finger and third finger stays on the third fret of the D string. So this is your your F minor. And a pretty kind of a plaintive chord, right? So I'll miss you, kiss you. Now back to a C and a C7. Give you my coat when you're cold. I need you. Back to the F minor. Feed you. And then we're going to resolve to the G and the F. Even let you hold the remote control. And back to the same change that we had at the beginning. So let me do the dishes. That's a C in our kitchen sink. And that is your D minor. Here comes your E minor. Put you to bed if you've had too much to drink. Back to a C. I could be the man or woman, I guess, in this case. G who grows old to an F with you. I want to grow G, F, grow old with C, U, G, F, C. I want to grow old with you. Oh, good. I hope that's useful. Again, the chords are not difficult. It's really just a question of spending the time to practice and make sure you're comfortable with it. These are all doable. You're perfectly capable, and I'm expecting that you would do a beautiful job on this when the big day comes.